Welcome to aminacademy.com. In human anatomy and physiology, let us discuss about the central nervous system, CNS. Your central nervous system, CNS, is part of your nervous system. It consists of your brain and spinal cord. Your CNS collects information from your sensory nerves to process and respond to them. It regulates everything your body does. The three main functions of your central nervous systems are to receive sensory information, process the information it receives, that is integration, and respond with motor outputs. After your brain gets and understands the data collected by your sensory nerves, that is nerve cells, it sends an electrical signal through your spinal cord to your muscles and glands to create a motor output. An example of this process is wanting to walk across the room. Your brain sends a signal through your spinal cord to the muscles in your legs. Your muscles react to this spinal and allow you to complete the action, that is motor output of walking. How does the central nervous system work? Your brain regulates your thoughts, feelings, and movements. It manages the things you do, like bending your fingers, learning, and communicating. It also manages how your organs functions by telling you to breathe and digest food. You likely don't think about these things, but your CNS does. This process works by sending messages through your nervous system. Your brain creates a message, it sends the message signals to your spinal cord. Your spinal cord sending that message to your nerves, that is peripheral nerve system, to complete an action. Signals travels to and from your brain and spinal cord to the rest of your body constantly to keep your body functioning. The central nervous system consists of the brain and the spinal cord. These central structures are both well protected from damage and injury. The brain is enclosed within the skull and the spinal cord by the vertebrate that from the spinal column. Mem- Membranous coverages known as the meninges provide further protection. The structure and function of the meninges, brain, and spinal cord are explored throughout these videos. Now, let us continue further about the central nervous system. The central nervous system, CNS, is the control center of the body consisting of the body, brain, and spinal cord. It receives, processes, and integrates information from the body and external environment, then coordinates and initiates appropriate responses. The CNS is essentially the body's main processing unit, responsible for everything from conscious thought and movement to involuntary functions like breathing and heart rate. Here, more detail about brain. The brain is the command center of the CNS, responsible for complex functions like thinking, learning, memory, and emotions. It's also involved in regulating vital functions like breathing and heart rate. The brain is protected by the skull and contains various specialized regions like the cerebrum, brainstem, and cerebellum. Spinal cord. The spinal cord acts as a conduit, carrying messages between the brain and the rest of the body. It also plays a role in reflexes, allowing for rapid responses to stimuli without direct brain involvement. The spinal cord is protected by the vertebral column, that is a spine. Some functions. Sensory input. The CNS receives information from sensory receptors through the body. Information processing. The CNS analyzes the interprets sensory information, making decisions about appropriate responses. Motor output. The CNS sends a signal to muscles and glands, initiating action and bodily responses. Protection. The brain and spinal cord are both encased in protective layers. The brain is further shielded by the skull, while the spinal cord is protected by the vertebrae. Additionally, cerebrospinal fluid acts as a cushion, providing further protection against injury. The meninges and cerebrospinal fluid, CSF. What is that? The meninges and are three protective layers of tissue, dura mater, arachnoid mater, and pia mater, that surrounds and protects the brain and spinal cord. Cerebrospinal fluid, CSF, is a clear fluid that circulates within these layers and within the brain's ventricles, acting as a cushion, supplying nutrients and removing waste. What is dura mater? The dura mater is the outermost of the three layers of the meninges, which are protective membranes surrounding the brain and spinal cord. It is a tough fibrous membrane that provides a protective barriers for the central nervous system. The name dura mater is Latin for hard mother, reflecting its strength and protective role. So far, we discussed about central nervous system. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.